for the federal government to come in and really tie school nutrition and school lunch programs to this radical ideology is terrifying, and it's appalling. The changes that the Biden administration is making to the school lunch program, which essentially amounts to the Biden administration holding states and local school districts hostage with school lunch money that goes to, underprivileged youth in order to pass transgender non-discrimination policies, as they call them. And, this means that if a school does not create a policy that allows biological boys to use a girl's bathroom or locker room or facilities and vice versa, then they would have their funding pulled for this school lunch program. How big is the scope of this program? It's going to apply to all government schools. It's also going to apply to any private schools that may take advantage of this lunch program. When you're looking at the USDA press release, and the USDA press release essentially telling local school districts what they must do and how they must operate, is a vast overreach of federal power in what should be very local. It is clear what they are trying to do here, which is a federal takeover of school systems throughout the country based on this radical gender ideology. I honestly have no idea how providing nutrition to children and providing food to children in schools is somehow connected to transgender policies or gender policies. It makes absolutely no sense to me. What we see here is the Biden administration using children as pawns in this social justice gender ideology game that they are playing. They're literally putting kids' health right there at the center and saying, listen, if you guys want these school lunches, if you want funding to feed children, you're going to have to do exactly what we say, despite the fact that, I would suggest a large segment, a vast majority of parents do not want girls using boys' bathrooms and vice versa, do not want boys playing in girls' sports, and they simply do not approve of these. It's absolutely hypocritical. I mean, they discuss equity nonstop in the Biden administration in several states, but in reality, if you want to talk about equity or equal opportunity, as I would prefer, the best way to do that is to make sure that every child has the opportunity to succeed. And one way to do that is to make sure that they are properly fed. But instead of focusing on excellence in education, instead of focusing on making sure that students from all areas, regardless of their zip code, are provided for and have that opportunity, they are focusing on a small subset of the population, and they're essentially trying to radicalize schools to the great disadvantage of children that need the most help in order to succeed. Quite frankly, I think what the Biden administration is doing here is going to be subject to significant legal challenges. I mean, they are going to find themselves in litigation over these issues for years, perhaps until the end of Biden's term. And so, it's stunning just how aggressively and how unabashedly the Biden administration is violating all principles of federalism and essentially demanding that schools implement policies that are arguably unconstitutional.